Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am back with my Sticking to the Plan series, and this is a series where I'm going through all of the city living apartments and I am sticking with the original floor plan. I'm just redecorating them to a different style. Sometimes I'm sticking to the original style, and if there are pre-made Sims living there, then I'm trying to decorate them to suit those Sims hopefully a little bit better, or at least maybe more in my vision of what I think would suit them better. So yeah, this time I am obviously decorating one of these really large apartments here in Uptown. I am always so intimidated by the Uptown apartments because they are so big. I mean, of course, this time I'm not coming up with a floor plan. I've done this once before, and I don't know how many times more I will be able to do it because I honestly really like the floor plan that I came up with last time. It's very similar to this one. I think it's just an improved floor plan because this honestly might be the worst floor plan that came with City Living. And I've really been thinking a lot about this, trying to think if that is correct or not, because of course I probably can't envision every floor plan accurately in my mind, but I think this one is the worst. At least as I was decorating it, I was like, these room shapes are so weird, and you would think certain rooms would like be more parallel to one another, and they're not, and it just like, oh, it was driving me absolutely crazy. And so I tried my best with, you know, making the apartment feel like it flows a little bit better, make it feel more open, because there's just certain areas that just make it feel closed off. Like, I honestly thought that I liked that wall, that half wall in the living room. At first I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool feature. It's definitely different. I don't think I've seen really any living rooms in The Sims 4 have that, at least in pre-made homes. But then when I started decorating it, I was like, well, when you walk in the front door, you see a wall and you can't even see the couches. It just makes it feel so closed off, and it makes the windows feel almost farther away than they are. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's the way I was feeling when I was decorating it. And so yeah, I was just trying to improve on it, but like the bedrooms, I tried my best, especially the two children's rooms in this apartment. Well, there's technically three like children's Sims of the family. I did a teen room, I did a twin bedroom for some kids, and then I did another kid's room for a single kid. And the two children age Sims, their rooms are the weirdest shapes ever. And yeah, you guys will probably get what I mean when I move on to decorating those. But I'm interested to actually continue this series and see if I can find another floor plan that I think is weirder than this one, but I think this might be the weirdest weirdest and worst floor plan that came in City Living. So it's definitely a challenge for me, and that was my main point, I think, of doing this series for myself, is just to challenge myself with these pre-made floor plans, because there are so many of them that I don't like. I've mentioned so many times how I don't like Penny Pizzazz's floor plan, and that one I think might be better than this one. I don't know, but either way, that's probably enough talk about the floor plans. Right here you can see that I'm going through the debug menu, making my own fruit bowl. I actually ended up getting rid of this. I wasn't having any luck with the fruit bowl that I was trying to merge into this bowl. This bowl came with the Eco Lifestyle Pack, and I do end up making it work, and I think making my own fruit bowl is kind of a fun idea, but the fruit just wasn't, I don't know, looking right to me. It just felt so plasticky, even though the other fruit bowl decorations definitely look pretty plasticky. But I ended up making it work with the OMSP shelf, because the reason I was having trouble with this fruit bowl is because it was clipping through the sides of the bowl, but I just raised it up slightly with the OMSP shelf and then it fit perfectly, and I think it looks like exactly how I wanted it to, so I was really happy about that. But the kitchen has pretty much came together. I really like that open pantry sort of thing that I did with those metal shelves and the wine racks. I thought that was pretty cool. And you will also notice that I hung up some pictures of food that we got from Dine Out that you can find by turning on the Show Hidden Objects cheat. You can also find them in gameplay if you take pictures of your food. But unfortunately, you'll notice in the screenshots that I had to remove those and replace them for different pieces of artwork. And that's because when I went to go add a frame in live mode, it actually changed the picture, and it changed the picture to all of the same image. And I ended up placing so many of those throughout this house, and I was like, I can't have the same picture over and over. It's not going to look right. So I ended up getting rid of those and switching out the artwork to something else. And I think the artwork that I pick ends up looking really nice. I was wanting to use those pictures though, because I was thinking about the family, of course, as I was decorating it and trying to imagine the types of Sims that I imagined living here. And I figured since this is like such a huge apartment, it's like very fancy, and I imagine really wealthy Sims live here. I was thinking that like a very successful chef lives here, and so I wanted the kitchen to reflect that, and so the artwork to reflect that too. And I thought that was a really fun idea because I don't think I've done too many builds. I know I've done some, but I haven't done too many that are centered around a Sim that is, yeah, just like a really famous chef. I feel like there's probably two parents in this apartment, at least that's what I was imagining, and one of them is the famous chef and the other one I think is a food critic, and I feel like they just together owned like a very successful restaurant. And yeah, of course the one that's a food critic probably doesn't spend as much time as the chef does, but I think they probably co-own them. At least that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I liked that idea. And of course, like I mentioned, they do have several children. They have a teenager, and the teenager I think is about ready to go to university. They're very different than their family. I feel like they I don't know exactly how to describe it, but they think their parents are kind of, you know, behind the times. They don't really get what's going on. Like I was picturing a very like activist teenager. So you'll notice that that's reflected in the decorations that I chose for that bedroom. And I think the bedroom's really cool. It's definitely different than the rest of the apartment. I mean, all the kids' rooms are because they're very colorful, and the rest of the apartment's very brown and cream. I mean, there's hints of some color because there's purple. There was purple accents throughout this apartment when I first started decorating it. The original apartment had lots of them, and so I decided to continue with that. I think I may have added one or two extra accents of the purple, and I think I should have added one more by the front door. I think it would have made that area feel a bit more complete, but you guys will see that here in just a little while. And then as for the other children in the apartment, I did one for a single kid in their own room, and I decided to decorate that one as a Sim who loves sports. And I did that because that's how the original bedroom was. There was a few sort of like sports equipments and like posters and things that show that they're into sports. And so I went a little bit, you know, further with that idea and decorated it a lot more than it was originally. And originally it had a double bed in there, so maybe it was supposed to be a teen room or something. But I went with a kid. And then for the other bedroom, I did a twins bedroom. And this room has a walk-in closet, and I thought it would be so fun to do like a dress-up area. So I made the room very pink, very cutesy, and I thought that they were just like very spoiled. And so they're allowed to basically do whatever they want, and their parents buy them all of the dress-up clothes. So they have this like huge walk-in closet. They have their own vanity where they can play around with makeup, and they have these big mirrors, and I just thought that was a pretty fun idea. So I really enjoyed decorating that room, because I've definitely done plenty of pink rooms, but I've never done something like that for a kid's room. So I think it's pretty cool. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. But anyways, I rambled through the dining area. The dining area is very simple. I tried to keep things very clean and tidy and not overly cluttered. Like I was really trying to make it feel like just a very clean, fancy apartment. So hopefully you guys get that. And then the living room area, like I said, I did get rid of that half wall just to open it up a little bit and make it feel not so, I don't know, closed off and separated from the entryway. I feel like it's not always the best, I don't know, floor plan design to immediately walk into a wall, even though it was a short wall and you could see the windows. But when you just like walk into a wall when you first go into a home, I feel like that just makes things feel so closed off and just kind of awkward. And so yeah, I got rid of those and then switched up the furniture, of course, and I think it looks so much better. And then over here by the entryway, I was thinking after I decorated it and after I took the screenshots, I probably should have made the wall where the door is purple. I just think it would have looked a little bit better. So if you do decide to download this from the gallery, I would probably suggest doing that. You don't have to, of course, but if you think it would look better and yeah, you agree with me, then I would say, yeah, do that, because I think it would look better. But as you can see, I put so many of those food posters around, or those food pictures. I really wish they wouldn't have changed. It's so annoying. But over here is going to be the bathroom that the teenager will use. And so I managed to fit a shower in here because I used the one from Discover University. So there's no actual like what do you call it, walls around the shower. It's just the open shower. And so I figured that was okay for them to use, because other than that, they didn't have their own bathroom, because the other rooms on the other side of the apartment actually are connected in between the two bedrooms. Like, it's like a Jack and Jill bathroom. So both of the kids' rooms, you can just walk through into the bathroom. There's not like an easy access through the hallway. Like, you have to go through the bedrooms. And so I was like, well, they can't go over there to shower. And then the other bathroom is an ensuite to the master bathroom. And so of course they're probably not going to go through their parents' bathroom to take a bath or a shower. So I was like, they definitely need their own. So that's what I wanted to do. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to make it happen since that bathroom is so small, but I think I did. I think I made it work. I will play test that shower and toilet to make sure they're not blocking each other, but I don't think they will be. That shower is like so easy to place basically wherever you want to, at least from my experience so far. But here you can see I am decorating the teenagers' room. So like I mentioned, they are more of an activist. They think their parents are behind the times. They think their parents are probably pretty, I don't know, naive, and I feel like they just kind of bicker with them a lot, and they're so ready to go off to university and do all of that kind of stuff and really express themselves maybe more than they're allowed to here in their room. Like, they have some of the furniture in here that I think they've probably brought home on their own. I think they're really into thrifting and like upcycling things. Like, I put that bicycle in here from the Eco Lifestyle Pack, and I was thinking that they took their old bicycle that their parents maybe had bought them, and they found these, I don't know, scraps of things and they decorated their bicycle. And I feel like their parents hate that bike. They're like, it's so tacky. We bought you this really nice bike and you totally changed it. So, I mean, it's not like huge drama or anything, but I thought it was kind of a fun situation to think of. And yeah, that's basically it for the teenagers' room. And then moving on to the parents' bedroom. So I do flip this room around a little bit because I didn't like how the bed was on the other wall where I end up placing the fireplace, because the wall space was so small because there's the door to the bathroom, and I felt like it was just like an awkward layout for the furniture in this room. So I think having the bed over here is a much better choice. But I go with this bed. It came with City Living. I thought it was perfect because it's like a canopy bed. It felt super fancy. Then I get a fireplace in here with the TV, and I thought about getting rid of it for a little while, but then I end up deciding that I like it, and I move the dresser over by the front door. And other than that, I do put some decorations in here, but this room is probably the simplest of the whole apartment. Like, their top of their dresser has a few clutter items on it, and there's a few pieces of artwork around, but there's not really like a ton of clutter or really, I don't know. I just try to keep it very simple and tidy, and I feel like I try to do that anytime I do modern interiors, because I think it just suits that style so much more than having a bunch of personal decorations and like pictures and flowers and I don't know, other things that I tend to add as clutter items. But anyways, over here you can see I'm decorating their ensuite bathroom. I really like this bathroom a lot. I think this is the same location where I end up putting the master bathroom the last time I did this apartment when I made up the layout. And I just love the big windows with the jacuzzi tub in front of it. I think it is like the best idea ever. I would love to have big windows with a bathtub in front of it. I know I've mentioned this so many different times in different builds, but I think it's just such a dreamy idea. So it's like a dream bathroom vision for me, I guess. But either way, here I am just immediately moving on to the shared bathroom between the kids' rooms. So like I said, there's no like hallway access. There's only access through both of the bedrooms. And this was so frustrating to me. This is the part of the apartment that I wanted to change the most, because the other bathroom and bedrooms, they're not too weird of shapes, but this bathroom is such a weird shape. The bedrooms are such a weird shape that it was so frustrating to me, and I wanted to change it. But of course, that's part of this challenge, is to not change the walls and just try to make it work as best as I could. So yeah, this is a huge bathroom for the 3 kids. They have a shower, they have a bathtub, but of course, if one of them is using it and the other one wants to use it, they're gonna have to go to the bathroom by the front door or go into their parents' ensuite bathroom to use it. I don't know, I just feel like it's such a weird choice for the bathroom location. But either way, here I'm moving on to the first child Sims room. So this room is going to be for a sports lover, and I just kind of go crazy with a bunch of posters and decorations, and I put some trophies in here thinking that they are just, you know, a really good athletic child, I was really wanting to use that puppet booth, but the only stickers that come on those is ones with flowers, and then the other one has space stickers. And I was like, oh, it would be so cute if there was ones with like soccer balls or, I don't know, more sports related items, but I really wanted to stick with the theme, so that's what I ended up doing. But as you can see, there's this like pop out area, which I think is really fun. I think it ends up looking really cute, and I actually don't hate it in the end. I more hate the location of the bathroom, I think, than the shape of this room necessarily. But at first it felt so awkward. I'm like, what do I do with this area? But I think I make it work because there's a couple of chairs in there. So it makes like a nice little like reading corner. And then of course there's this desk space. And I merged the bookcase with this desk. They came from the same pack with the kids' room stuff. And I think it looks so good when you merge them together because it looks like a built-in unit. I think it blocks the bookcase from being used. I don't imagine it being accessible at all, but there's other bookcases in this home, so I'm not too worried about it. I think it's definitely worth it. But as you can see, I have the trophies above their dresser here, and then also like the posters and decorations, just trying to find things that were, you know, for a little kid, but also sports related. And then that mirror that came with Discovery University was perfect because it has the like sports related items on it. Like I think there's a basketball sticker and a soccer sticker. And then here I'm just adding the sports clutter, like the soccer ball and the basketball, and also that pile of sports equipment that came with base game is like the perfect item to add in a sporty kids room or any sport lovers room or house or wherever, you know. But now I'm moving on to the last bedroom. So as you can see, this is the weirdest shaped room ever. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the shape of the hallway leading to the apartment. Like, I don't know why they didn't make it more square. I mean, it's definitely a fun challenge, I think, but I just personally wouldn't have chose to do it that way. But yeah, so like I mentioned, I imagined two twins or a set of twins, it's probably the way you say it, living in this room, and they are like the golden children. They're spoiled, their parents love them, they can do no wrong. I mean, I feel like of course they love all their children, but these ones, they just can't do any wrong. They get everything given to them, and yeah, they ask for something and it's like granted to them. They don't really have to worry about not getting what they asked for. So they have this huge walk-in closet. They're so spoiled. They have this big mirror so they can look at their outfits when they play dress up. They have a vanity table, like an adult's vanity table. I mean, we don't have one for kids, but you know, they have an adult vanity table in here because your child Sims can actually play with their makeup. And so I thought that was kind of a cute idea for them to actually have their own to play with. And they have all this makeup, and then they actually have those open shelves for all of their special dress up clothes. Those ones that came with, what is that pack called? Get Famous, my goodness. There's so many pack names that it's like hard to remember them all anymore. But yeah, so I used those closets just to show that they have a bunch of clothes that probably don't fit them. They're just like dress up clothes basically. But over here I have a little play area with a dollhouse and a bookcase and posters, and then I end up placing another dresser in here, and then also a little crafting table just to have another activity for children because, well, I had the space. But the hardest part was picking out artwork just because there was so much wall space, so I was trying to make it not look awkward and still feel like a little kid's room and still make it feel like, I don't know, it was decorated nicely, at least in my opinion. But anyways, this is basically it for the whole apartment. I'm just picking out the final few decorations, and then we're going to be going on to the screenshots. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this apartment, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
My apartment is a mess. There's no room